satu release is accessory readiness, so we convert. And then while having that session,
Assalamualaikum kawan-kawan.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hai Syafiqah.
Hai Cik Rafizan.
Cik Samsul dah ready ya? Kita nak buat recording ni.
Dah, jom saya bawa.
Jom. Assalamualaikum and welcome back to another episode of Kopi dan Culture. Hari ni kita dengan Group Human Capital Head Cik Samsul. Apa khabar hari ni?
Baik, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So kita ada a few questions. Kita nak kenal Cik Samsul lebih sedikit kan, sedikit sebanyak.
InsyaAllah.
First kita nak tanya, tell us a little bit of your background lah, your story, your where were you born, semua tu
Okay.
lah.
More personal or professional?
Personal sikit.
I was born in Banting, Kolangat, Selangor, which is very near, 40 kilometers from here. That was in 1968, right? And then I went to school, Sekolah Rendah in Banting, and then my primary boarding school, Sekolah Menengah Sains Selangor, SMS. Tapi nama je Sains Selangor, tapi dekat Ceras, Kuala Lumpur.
Betul.
So it's always under the Wilayah Persekutuan punya jurisdiction lah. And then I went to Australian Matriculation after SPM. Supposedly I was supposed to take civil engineering punya course. Masa tu dapat, I was 1985, dapat TNB punya scholarship kan. Tapi I tak minat engineering semuanya. I requested for IT. But they gave me engineering, so I pergi je lah kan. So I went to AUSMAC for 1.5 years, but I didn't pursue. It's supposed to be to go to Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology, RMIT, but I went to MIT instead, Mara Institute of Technology.
Mara Institute.
Because my passion is always something got to do with business and marketing and so on lah. So that's how I ended up. So that's a bit of my background in studying and all that.
So you basically graduated in business.
Business, majoring in marketing.
Okay. So how did you end up in
HR? Okay. So my first job was in a direct selling company. And it's a Taiwanese New Power, they call it. So I learned a lot of product selling, demonstration and all that. But after 3 months, dia tak bayar gaji. Tapi zaman dulu kita tak ada banyak pilihan. Tak ada gaji, kita tunggu, kita tahan. So instead of bayar gaji, they gave me product to compensate whatever losses lah.
So dia tak bayar, dia bagi barang.
Bagi barang. So I take water filter, I remember. Harga dia lebih kurang 1,200. At that time, my gaji was RM1,300 sebulan.
So at that time apa yang you kena jual?
Healthcare product, mainly macam magnetic bed, water filter, mainly water. I mostly sell water filter lah. So our working hours is odd. Our working days, we work Saturday, Sunday. Off day is on Wednesday.
Wednesday pelik tu. Tapi okey lah kan, Wednesday weekday kan, so banyak benda boleh buat kan. Kalau weekend tu semua tutup. Okay, so in total how many years have you been working?
1992, now 2023, yeah, 31 years.
31 years.
31
How many
years.
companies?
Basically, New Power. I start with MNC Marketing, my practical training, New Power, and then Henkel, Cognis, and Emery, 5. Simplicity.
Simplicity.
Yeah. Wow. Lepas tu, iStore, and the RBI Com, so 8.
Simplicity buat apa?
Simplicity mesti do HR. Started as a project. So I help Datuk K masa tu to do some business process untuk dia punya ni. And then he offered me a job, so I continue stay on until 2 years, just before the startup of COVID masa tu, 2020. So I left.
Wow, interesting.
It was fun. 2 years of exposure in cosmetic industry.
Okay, interesting. How is that industry?
I think it's very competitive. As you know, there's a lot of people now selling cosmetics online. And that time they have a couple of strong brands. under the Simplicity punya brand, and it is selling well in Watsons and other parts of the retail, also doing direct selling lah. And it's very very competitive day to day.
Okay, so for 31 years, what is your proudest accomplishment during your working time?
I think in terms of achievement, what I learned the most, I would say, not so much of proud, learned the most is during my time in Emery, 2009, because we went into a global organization setup. So that's where I learned the exposure of building a global organization from scratch, working together with consultant, and then start up with a new complete structure from zero to execution. Right? So that 2 years was really eye-opening is one. Secondly, is also a lot of learning in dealing with international business and how you set up organization. So it was really something that I'm proud until today. And also startup, because it's new global organization, a lot of system that we put in place, and they're still being used until today. The company is still, Emery Oil Chemical Specialty is around still.
Very good. So growing up, siapa you punya biggest inspiration?
Definitely my late father, and someone yang very close in term of dia punya style of teaching me. Nombor satu, you need to be very strongly principled person, and you need to stand up and stand with your principle whenever you need to. And more important, yang I belajar tadi ialah dia suka belanja orang. Ya, kadang selalu kawan-kawan dia tak sempat bayar. Kalau pergi kedai makan, mesti dia pergi, dia dah bayar dulu. So itu something yang I try to emulate lah kan, kalau boleh.
Okay. Okay, so dekat di Abang kan kita ada new culture, which is not so new lah. Tapi masa you join tu, with the new culture yang it was implemented tu, what was the biggest or the ultimate change you wanted with human capital?
Okay. When I first joined, July 2022, I was alhamdulillah very lucky because I got a very clear expectation and direction from number one, Tan Sri JMD, Tan Sri Faisal, and also from the chairman, Tan Sri Wanzul. So they kind of build expectation, for example, the focus on talent, succession, right? And secondly, also I got a glimpse of the business direction of the company, the roadmap. So that was quite clear. So it's quite easy for me to try develop human capital punya master plan to kind of support those strategy, which include later on, as we all know, the 6 success belief lah kan. So that has to be part of my GAC overall master plan already from 2022 to the next 5 years lah masa tu. So it's all there to for us to kind of execute and make sure we are there to support the alignment, the growth of the company.
So far, you think you achieved the goal?
I think for the last 1 year, alhamdulillah, with the support from the leadership team, as well as from my team here, there's quite a number of initiatives that we have run, I would say successfully. For example, the talent management initiative, like the High Lead program, AD Lead program, and we also look at some revision of the employee benefits, and look at, for example, today I think one of the most important input from the younger generation about work from home initiative and casual. Right? As today we can now testimony to this initiative, that we can all at least wear t-shirt on Friday. Right? So I think that there is one of the many other things that we try to do to make sure that whatever we do within Group Human Capital is actually aligned to what the company or the group is doing.
Okay. Alright. So kita, when kita kerja dan we live our life kan, we tend to make mistakes lah as we go on kan. So if you had a chance to do something differently, what would it be?
Okay. I think one of the biggest lesson I learned when I worked for Emery, the global office was closed in the end of 2016 because there was a change to the direction of the business. Right? So I got my compensation and I left. All the while I thought I'm going to work there until I reach 60 or 70.
Okay.
So then I start my own business, consulting and so on. keep on forgetting where the rezeki came from. I thought the company that I work with or the business that I do, by the end of the day, is realizing that it's all coming from Him. Allah Ta'ala, we just want to work our best and give our best. It doesn't matter where you are. So if I were given a chance to turn back, which I'm doing now, is to always remember whatever we do, wherever we work, it's all about getting the blessing from Him lah. So we can only do our best. However, we try to give the best value to where we are lah. Itu.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so how do you hope people or colleagues will describe you?
This is difficult question. I hope I've helped people along the line in whatever they are trying to do. It's the same principle I use with my team here, Group Human Capital. I always, my first day, why are we here? So our purpose very clearly is to enable our employees to reach their true potential by delivering exceptional performance. So that's our job as a Group Human Capital. So as a person, I also want to do the same thing. What value can I add to people around me? So that makes me feel like I've done my job. I've contributed to the people around me. Then I've contributed to the cause of the organization and so on. So I want to be, that Syamsul has done his job and help us to get where we want to be. That's all.
Okay. Alright, so banyak-banyak things you've learned throughout the years you're working apa semua kan. What is a skill that you always wanted to learn tapi tak pernah sempat nak belajar?
Satu, diving and probably later tu is swimming lah. I pergi attend tapi tak habis. Dia tak sempat nak sampai hujung sana.
Tapi pernah diving?
Diving belum, but I've learned swimming, take up swimming classes. Masa tu dekat Subang ni, dekat ada club tu kan, yang ada diving range tu. But I didn't, after the 12 classes, kita tak pandai-pandai kak. Tapi improve a lot lah. From takut nak masuk air sampai can do gaya kuak ada semua tu kan. So at least something now I'm not afraid of water anymore. Cuma tak canggih lah kan. So I thought after that, then I can go to the next step is diving lah.
Would you want to pursue that in the future?
InsyaAllah kalau ada peluang. Still looking forward tu kalau boleh.
So do you like to travel?
Yes.
Okay. Where is the most beautiful place you've ever seen as a person?
The good thing in my previous job, so traveling is like almost a must. And being part of the global HR and corporate com team at that time, so it's a point that we make all our global meeting, we change countries. So from Germany to US to Hong Kong to Thailand, mostly Thailand, Indonesia, Australia. So I think one of the most beautiful to me is in Europe. Germany, right? Many people not look at Germany but if you take the train, for example, right, from to Düsseldorf, our headquarters is in Düsseldorf. So it's a very nice scenery, especially during close to winter time and all that. And I enjoy the train ride with hot coffee and the friends around. It's always one of the time that I remember until today. And also experience fasting month in Germany and that, so it give a lot of things to remember.
Was it challenging?
Challenging, yeah, but it's not as difficult as you think. There's a lot of Turkish restaurant and to get halal food and all that. But now it's even much easier.
Saya pernah berjalan-jalan kat Australia lah. I was sitting at this cafe and then this German guy came. Masa tu kita tengah masih lagi so dia minta lighter. So saya bagi lighter dia kat saya. Lighter saya kat dia. So saya tanya dia daripada mana? Dia kata daripada Jerman. Buat apa kat sini? Holiday kata 3 bulan. 3 bulan holiday. Kerja kat Germany kerja apa? Kerja cat rumah.
Boleh pergi cuti.
Rumah 3 bulan tu cuti. Aku nak atas minggu ni pun dia seksa. So dia kata cerita-cerita dia kata you should come to Germany, dia kata. Come to there's a border in Austria and Germany. You can see the stars. Dia suka bintang kata dia. I can see a lot of stars. It's beautiful dia. Saya macam okay. So kita boleh nampak lah yang dia mengkagumi keindahan negara dia sendiri sebelum jadi tu. So interesting Germany. Where is one destination you think you love to go?
Personally, I would love to go to Indonesia to explore more because recently I watched a documentary on Indonesia. I think they, if not tahun ni ke tahun depan, dia punya visit Indonesia je. And there's a lot of other things, other places that I have not been to. Bali dah pergi. Bali was my first trip overseas masa kerja tu. 1992. Bos hantar terus pergi Bali. And then Bandung, Jakarta selalu. But banyak lagi. So I think that's very nice because nombor satu I like the food. Kan?
Yes.
And secondly also the different landscape, mountain juga tu. And then dia pun sekarang dah ada kereta api laju and all that. So hopefully can also explore that lah.
Interesting. I think 1992 Bali tak saturated.
Oh tak. Memang
sekarang pergi Bali cakap kepala tengok.
like
saja.
Ya pergi Langkawi dulu lah. Betul.
Okay, saya rasa itu saja question saya. So kita nak tanya last question saya. Cik Samsul ingat tak first ever movie you watch dekat panggung wayang?
Flashdance.
Flashdance
Tingkatan 2.
Tingkatan 2
Tahun 82 kot. 82.
Pergi dengan siapa tu?
Dengan kawan-kawan lah.
Kawan-kawan
panggung dia was it KT ke Rex kot yang dekat depan Pertama Komplek dekat Campbell depan tu apa? Odeon. Yang ada jual IT kotak sejuk boleh angkat masuk wayang tu kan. Tu.
Zaman tu tiket wayang
Jennifer Bills.
RM2 tu lah, murah. What made you want to go watch Flashdance?
That time the hype was masa tu semua buat tarian. You know they one year all the break dance and all that kan. So Flashdance come also along that line. Lepas tu ada movie yang apa nama dia tu. So there's a lot of movie about dance. So dekat sekolah pun Kat sekolah pun everybody will talk about break dance. So we just go and watch. Masa tu budak sekolah ni apa benda pun kita tengok je. Just for the fun of it lah. Of course the storyline and the heroine was beautiful lah.
So masa tu sekolah asrama
di Sains Selangor. So from Ceras tu ni naik bas mini lah.
Saya pernah lawan bola dekat
kau situ?
Okey. Kalah.
Sekolah mana tu?
MBS.
Methodist Boys School. Betul-betul lah. Dia lah KL ni selalu lah. Abang Baki, Dato' Luqman.
Orang tahun tu lawan sekolah Sains, sekolah Medan Baki, semua kita kalah.
Must be during my junior lah tu. 90-an lah.
90-an.
Late something. Okay.
So itu saja soalan-soalan saya dengan Cik Samsul. Terima kasih Cik Samsul. Your sharing is very insightful to get to know you better. Itu saja daripada kita hari ini. Jumpa lagi next episode Kepidah Kaca. Terima kasih.